Good morning, guys. We have an update on the Sherri case. Now, I recap the docu-series. We talk a lot about mother wounds, trauma, healing your inner child over here. So it only makes sense to discuss the case update. And so make sure you hit that like, you subscribe, you do all the do's to help this channel. Now let's get into it from a therapist perspective. So recently, Sherri was in court. Okay. It's the audacity for me. Okay. It's the audacity. Is it a little bit of narcissism here? Okay. She doesn't want X to show children the Hulu docu-series about her crimes. Let's highlight that. About her crimes. Okay? We remember her from the hoax, the docu-series that came out, I believe, in the fall. Check out my video. But she appeared in court on Friday regarding the custody. She wants let me stop myself. Okay. Let me pace it, girl. Pace it. Okay, she appeared in court on Friday regarding child custody with her ex-husband less than 2 months after the docu-series premiered about her fake, let me say again, her fake kidnapping. Okay? Now we know she was exposed. He's been having custody of the children. They've been going through therapy and trying to rebuild their lives from this whole situation. And she big mad. She big mad. All right? Now, months before the sentencing, her husband Keith divorced her after, for how many years he believed her, he fought for her. But then also it was like, it's not making sense to me either, girl. But I love you and you're the mother of my kids. So what do? I'm conflicted. So I'm gonna ride for you. But then eventually he realized it was all a lie. Okay. In a family court declaration, she said that her disappearance caused heartbreaking trauma for the children. He said that. Keith had said he was unaware of her scheme. Now, she is alleging Keith is reopening old wounds to the detriment of their children. So now it's his fault. Now it's his fault, okay? Her comment was seemingly in reference to the documentary on Hulu. She accuses Keith of revisiting the past and opening old wounds rather than focusing on moving forward at the expense of our children. So how did we get here? Because from what I remember, I thought we got here because you decide you want to run away. I also thought we got here because a lot of the things you have said throughout your life allegedly were lies. But it's the father's fault for wanting to share his piece, wanting to probably gain a little bit of income from doing the docu-series to help his children regain their lives. I doubt he's in a place where he can actually work a regular job at this point. His sole focus to me has been about healing, rebuilding, the trauma they've all been through, not just the kids, but him too. So I could see I've been silent for so long. I want to share my story. In the midst of it, maybe build some kind of trust fund, assets for my children from this whole thing. But you have Sherri, who's a woman, to me, a mother. Let's not forget, she is a mother. And sometimes mothers who cause trauma to their children can only focus on themselves, the me. Okay, what about me? What about my feelings? What about your kids? What about them going to school and them talking about, you as their mother, the kids they play with, the life that they lost because of your actions, because you chose to run away and lie? Does that really matter? Okay, but to me, it just comes off very selfish to think, I. For 8 years, our family has been followed, stalked, harassed, and bullied by the media. I have done my best to stay private, to focus on my children and healing from the events that transpired, she wrote. Let me read that again because I thought that was from him. Okay. For 8 years, our family has been followed, stalked, harassed, and bullied by the media. Girl, isn't that your fault? I have done my best to stay private, to focus on my children and healing from the events that transpired, she wrote in a filing. Okay. Do y'all believe that she has been trying to do that? Okay. Do you believe that for 8 years, that's what she's been doing? My family has been followed, stalked, and harassed. Well, girl, what caused that? Okay. For many years after my arrest, I was the primary caregiver of our children before serving my prison time. My children have always been my focus. Okay. Now, from what I remember from reading the documentary and doing my own research, I thought that Keith had been the primary caregiver. Okay. And also, if you were trying to be the primary caregiver, why did you decide to run away? When throughout that process did you think about your children? Was it before you allegedly branded yourself? Before you allegedly put the ropes on yourself? Allegedly, as you were watching the news, look for you? Because wasn't she gone? How long was she gone? Where did the thought about my children, their needs come into place? A court official confirms to people that Sherri appeared in Shasta Court on Friday regarding the custody and attorney fees. Pay me. Not only do I want my kids to not see the documentary, I want more custody, and I want you, Keith, to pay for my fees. Wow. This is those kids' mom. The official said the hearing is expected to be long and could last through the end of the day. Can y'all believe that? I just wonder about the thought process because from what I know, they have been living with him. He in the docuseries, we also saw him trying to, take care of them. And looking at this news story over here from Vanity Fair, she is making her own version of the story. So the lies have not stopped. Okay. The lies don't stop. I don't understand why. If you really want to move on, let go. Let go of the need for control. Control the narrative, control the mother that you think that you are, but that is very detrimental and harmful to your children. Okay. So this also goes further into this interview that this author did with Sherri. Once again, I've done my best to stay private for my children and healing from the events that transpired. I don't understand how she can say she was a primary caregiver. And if she is, I wonder how effective is that for her kids? What's it like for them to live with a mother who harmed them emotionally, physically at times? Allegedly, some physical stuff was going on, making them sick. And for a court to give her custody, do y'all believe that? I just don't get it. So she says they know they're certainly not going to watch the documentary as I don't think they're age appropriate yet. They are just amazing kids. And my goal right now is just to make sure they have a happy life. I'm not making this up. They are amazing kids. And my goal is to make sure they have a happy life. Where's the accountability? Where's the I'm sorry? I also wonder if her and her kids are actually in therapy, trying to work through these things. Are the kids still in therapy one-on-one? Okay, because as we have seen, as these kids get older, similar to what's the other story with the mom, the YouTube mom, Ruby? Eventually, those kids are going to grow up and they're going to tell their own story. And I also think it's interesting how she thinks that those kids might not see the documentary from a family member, from other people. And is it that you think that it's not age appropriate, or are you trying to hide the truth from them? Which one is it? She feels like he's opening up old wounds. Oh, here we go. In an interview showing the series, he discovered years after the hoax that Sherri would soak rags of alcohol and put it in a Ziploc bag and would tie a string around it to their necks onto the Ziploc bag so that fumes would make them not feel good so that she could take them to the doctor. So you also have some Munchausen syndrome by proxy going on for attention. Now, do you guys think that she's in court really for her kids, or is it for attention? Yeah, Keith never had any suspicion of any kind of behavior until she was no longer in the house. He said, "It is really a story that the children told." Wow. Imagine as a child telling your dad that your mom's been hurting you. And as a father, how does that make you feel? But there's no reason not to think that that didn't happen. Wow. Well, I guess going further into this article, I guess ID Channel did their own thing. I haven't watched that one. Let's get into it a little bit further, y'all. Oh, it's an upcoming series. Okay, we don't have to watch that. There is still aspects of the case that remain to be told. Hmm. Do y'all think that she is a possibility that she can gain custody of her children? I just don't understand like her thought process. And then asking for money, like they've been going back and forth to court over the last couple of years over money. She wants money from him. That everyone's lives were turned upside down because she decided to choose herself. And not in a good way, because there are ways you can choose yourself as a mother for self-care so that you can pour that back into your family and your children. But in this case, it was all about self. So now she's trying to get custody. To me, as a therapist, it feels like it's at the detriment of her kids. What about them? What about their feelings? To put them through this over and over again, knowing that their father is going back and forth to court over money, over custody. And do you guys think that sometimes the courts side with the mothers too often at the detriment of the children? But as a, looking at this from a therapist's perspective, I wonder about those kids, the the mental health, their emotional well-being. I wonder how much therapy they're getting. And what kind of relationship can you have with this person being your mother, knowing what she did, what she chose? And do y'all think she should really get custody or any type of custody? Should it be monitored? Should it be half and half? I don't think that. I just can't imagine those kids having to go to school and that woman, their mother dropping them off, and the other parents talking, the other kids talking, them trying to go to activities after school. All those things. I wonder, is she thinking about all those things as she's going back and forth to court? Because if the focus was really the children, I would probably leave them alone. When they're ready to have a relationship with me, let them come to me. What do they want? What do they need? But this is a woman to me who continues to be about herself, continues to just think about I. I don't want them to see the docuseries. I want more money. I want my attorney fees. I want primary custody. I want to escape. I. I don't get it, y'all. I don't get how a person can see that this is the best solution for those kids to drag their father through court for primary custody. But I want to know, what do you guys think? Mm-mm-mm. Sherri is seeking reunification with one child and increased visitation with the other. So that means one of them might be interested, and the other one probably really isn't. She's trying to force the court to make that other child have a relationship with her, and that's wrong. A date for this decision has not been announced. And an unnamed docuseries is going to be released in 2025. So that means for these kids, it's going to be an ongoing saga. When does it really end? Okay. But let me know y'all thoughts. What do you think? And I will see you in the next video. Bye.